Hi everyone, you're watching Jana Effects. In this video I'm going to make technical analysis for the coming week. We'll have a look at main pairs, important levels, possible entry points. So my setup for trading the main pairs. We are going to start with euro-dollar as usual. This is a bigger time frame, so you can see the bigger picture, right? So what happened and what to expect. So here we were last week, where one of the expectation was a possible double top creation, and we can see that it's actually worked out as double top, and this was the one entry point. Then you can see market went down to the highlighted area. It did not consolidate exactly in the area, but still had a stop around here, and then continued the way down. So at this moment it does look like it is a pattern double top, and now my highlighted area is around here. Well, this is where I will be waiting for next consolidation and placing the orders both directions. So on a bigger time frame, you can see in the daily chart what this could be. So as a double top, it worked out a little bit. So and if I will use Fibonacci levels, you can see that roughly the market stopped the price around level 50, right? So you can see pretty much exactly at the level 50. So, and we are in a bigger downtrend channel, so this possibly also could be just a correction inside that downtrend channel. So correction of this uptrend. So we have correction in a bigger channel, so that was right going up, but the big movement up needs to be also corrected. So this could possibly still turn around and continue inside the downtrend channel as a correction. So, and of course at the same time it just I'm going to remove this so we'll have a little bit clear picture. It might just continue the way down to the next possible level here. I pointed out because as previously I also mentioned, it's looking upside down head and shoulders pattern creation previously before, and so of course at one side it could be a shoulder, right? One shoulder and another shoulder, and you know it's not always symmetrical, so this could be the finish of the shoulder and turning point, or it might continue down and actually give us a bit more symmetrical shoulder of previous one. So that's why this area again I will be looking at placing orders both directions. So, and then of course next level would be here. If it will turn around, all the same levels are staying in place, and so I will be looking at possible entry points in this area still. Okay, so obviously, of course, with all the news, don't forget political news, economical events, check out the calendar, see what's happening, and obviously with Brexit I would still more towards euro and pound going down, because there is still uncertainty. So that's why I would still looking at more towards going down for euro dollar too, obviously. So that's my view on euro dollar. So where to look for possible entry points. Now I'm going to look at pound dollar, and let's go. Well, this is the bigger time frame. Okay, let's go on the 4-hour chart back, and that's the area where I highlighted previously. And just like I was saying, I still couldn't understand why pound is not dropping with all of this uncertainty. So finally, again from here, it started to move down where it should do. And had a good move, right? So now it's around the same, so it's looking like a double top possibly, and it's broke a bit of the quite strong level as a support level here. And so right now, of course, you see this is all the confusion. It could be a double top once again and continue the way down to the next level, or at the same time it might be a bullish flag creation, right? On a bigger time frame you can see we have one wave, second wave, and this might turn around and give us another wave. Okay, so that quite possibly could be. That's why for example I would look at this area, and a possible placing the orders both direction except like I'm saying, we found you to be careful because it moves very chaotically. It could be like previously did. It was quite nice, a smooth move this week, but you never know. So of course, obviously, I would still more towards downtrend continuation, right? So we had a really big, huge jump up, and now, of course, I would expect it to have a correction of that move with all the news around Brexit. Well, right now it's not as much as Brexit as election, but still uncertainty with election brings uncertainty with the currency. But that would be my first point of view. But you, like I'm saying, you never know. So this is the first area to look at. So if it will continue the way down, maybe somewhere in the middle it will have a stop here and possible for top up, and then go to the next one. If it, of course, it will turn around, then we'll see if it will go to possibly maybe this area a little bit, or all the way to previous level of the bigger downtrend channel. So this one showing you the bigger one. You can see that we have a really big downtrend channel, and that's where it's sitting right now. I'm having a little bit, it's a bit slow at this moment. You see there is that part of the not showing because it's offline. So that's why I'm showing you on the 4-hour chart. And you can see this is that movement down at this moment. So I'm waiting for a breakout and continue the way down. So that's how I see pound. Dollar yen also, we were here, right, somewhere. And that's the important level where I was telling you I'll be waiting for and placing the orders. So first it's jumped up, so I didn't have orders, for example. Then it had pulled back, and then had a jump up again. So this is where was my entry point. And so now, of course, once again, I'm still more towards its uptrend, right? Because remember, we have a gap open, and I'm still right here. I'm still looking technically, looking also upside down head and shoulders. So I would see a continuation of the uptrend. Of course, here it might be just going and touch the level of the uptrend channel and then have a correction and then continue the way up. So it's just a bigger picture for you where I'm getting the ideas from, right? But have to be careful once again with dollar yen because it's reacting quite a lot on the news about trade deal between China and US. So that's why it's very, very careful. You can see it went up, then down a bit, up and down a bit, so it's not making good moves and stronger moves, like technically, yes, a continuation of the trend, and reacting quite a lot on those tweets, Trump's tweets, and any news with the trade deal. So, like, let's see, technically, if I would be looking at, I have here on one side, once again, you can see confusion, right? Mixed, let's say mixed signals or mixed patterns which produce kind of signals. So we have one side looking like a creation of the shoulder, and this could end up as a head, right? So that means that this movement might go back down to this area, give us another shoulder, and break down and continue the way down. Obviously, I can see this happening with the news again. Something comes out about this trade deal, and this is easily can happen. And at the same time, as we are in uptrend channel mode, technically looking, this looks like a little bit of the bullish flag. So, and we are above our important level. So if it will break that level, it will continue the way up to the next level of our uptrend channel, right? The main level here. So that's how I see dollar yen. Okay, so that's the view on dollar yen. So obviously this, the entry point I'm looking here is the breakout of this possible flag pattern. Okay, so that's the first, my first idea about this pair. But like I'm saying, the news, they all changing everything what we have on charts. So Australian dollar didn't give me anything this week. As just I was expecting, remember it was stopping somewhere in the middle. Once again, I'm showing you the bigger picture because, okay, so that's just jumped, shouldn't shouldn't be. So okay, it's back. On a bigger time frame, you can see we're in a big downtrend channel. So at the same time, it's upside down, double top looked like, right, breaking out the important level and pull back right now. It does look like broke a little of uptrend channel. And so looking also on this chart as a shoulder once again and a head, you can see how mixed pretty much all pairs have mixed patterns, means mixed signals. So on one side it says yes, it looks like uptrend, and on the other hand it says look, it's a downtrend. So that's what I'm saying. In this today's situation is quite hard for trading and looking at the charts, because with this reaction on different news and especially tweets, it's just pretty awful, I would say. So anyway, here what I would look for. So as it started to break out, right, and I would presume if it will continue the way down to this area, possible as a neck of the head, right, so it's a shoulder head, maybe a little bit breakout, which would look more like a diamond pattern. Then if it will break a bit more and come back, so then I will be looking at this a little bit more like head and shoulders. So then we'll have to go down here, possibly consolidation, and the area to place the orders. Once again, both directions is the creation of the shoulder, and then who knows, right, the news. But if the pattern, then go down, give the shoulder, and obviously continue the way down. Also technically it does look like it finished the correction in the downtrend channel, and so it more looking towards now continue the downtrend, right? So this is one of the possibilities I see more for Australian dollar, right, just technically looking. And on the other hand, who knows, right, what the news will bring. And technically, if it will turn around back into this area, you see this is a very big, it's a daily chart. Let's go on a 1 hour chart, then it would be a little bit more clear here. So again, so let's just go on the 4 hour chart. This will be better. Here we have a better picture. Here you see if this will turn around, because obviously what I can do, I can move a little bit the trend channel, because we do have this little end, right, of the candles, and so we are still inside the a little uptrend channel, right? So that means this is quite important area. That's why I was sitting here consolidating for a while, and so it can come back into this area. So you can still sit here, and then possibly I will cancel the idea of the head and shoulders pattern creation, and I'll be looking for some consolidation here, and possible entry points, and possible placing the orders. Obviously continue the way up, and at the same time obviously it can break down. So like right now I'm going to place it back, because I'm using this little bottom. I'm not using this at this moment, so we will see what's going to happen with this, if it will go back here, and then I can change it. So, and of course at the same time, with all this uncertainty with the news and important areas, so it might not jump down straight away. Maybe we will see a bit of consolidation in whole this area, right, between this important level, which it started to break but didn't break it just yet. So it might come back and start to consolidate here. Then I will be looking again, placing the orders both directions up, and placing the orders sell order down. So you can see this is how it's moving around the levels, and also works together with the news. Dollar Canadian, we had this beautiful breakout, and when the market stopped here, this is where I told you I don't see any entry points at this moment, because it did look like it would go up, because technically it was looking more towards it, but it had a little bit more of very wide here and going down. So I told you wait for a bit of possible consolidation or creation of the pattern. So it gave us a bullish flag. You can see this is on the breakout in here of the flag. The pair continued the way up. Okay, so it went broke, had a bit of correction, gave a bit of the pattern, and continued the way. So obviously now this is my next area. Okay, next area for placing the orders, again both directions. So why? Once again, because looking on a bigger time frame, we are on one hand in a big downtrend channel, as you can see. right? And we are having a bit of a correction here in this channel. So obviously with some consolidation here, it might continue the way up and touch this area, right? So of the uptrend corrective channel, and I had previously here quite important level, and at the same time, right, who knows what the news are going to be there. This area we have two tops before, and it might turn around here, right, and go down, and who knows, be stopped here or continue the way down as another downtrend channel. We see again how mixed mixture of different levels and directions could be. So that's how the market moves these days. So waiting for this is the first possible entry point. This is the area. So, and then of course obviously next level, or if it will go back down to the next level, maybe stop and slow down somewhere in the middle. So that was quite easy. Euro pound is also pretty much as expected, had a bit of consolidation. Well, would say it's still in a big side consolidative channel, very wide one, and we had a little bit of movement here, breakout. I had a small trade here, and we see it didn't have energy to go back, continue and touch the level of the bigger channel. We might finish it this week, and who knows, maybe even try to break out or continue inside. So at this moment I wouldn't go for anything. I'll just wait a little bit because obviously for both euro and pound there are no huge news. Bank of England had of influence of the movement, but the movements were not very big, just as expected. They were not as huge. So because obviously this moment it's all waiting this election news and nothing much, so it could be still quite slow and aside movements, maybe with slightly, if the pound will continue a bit of a drop, so slightly euro pound of course might continue the way up. So I have levels here. You see the previous jump out of our channel we had, so that's why I have this level here. So if possibly it will continue the way, maybe if it will go a little bit more to this area between those two levels, maybe this is where I will look at next possible entry point. So we will see, but I'm not sure if it's worth it to look at this point for this pair. So pound yen also pretty much nothing. So I was telling you about I would wait for a pair to go a bit more narrow in a narrow path and then looking for the entry point. So it's still, it looks like a wedge, you can call a triangle, and started to a little bit break out here with the because it's the pattern is creating on top of the important level here. So obviously technically looking, of course, again, and with the older situation around UK, I would still see it more towards downtrend for correction at least. Okay, so that would be the first point, but I would wait to see if it will go in here, or okay, maybe it will break and go into this area to that level, more consolidating here, and then a possible breakout and correction of the uptrend. Or maybe it would want to sit and go back and sit a little bit longer in this consolidation. You see, that's what I'm saying. I don't understand why pound is not dropping, because there is definitely uncertainty. Okay, so and now we're going to gold, and gold had also good moves this week as one of the expectation. It went down, so and actually had really good entry points as expected. Remember, the first area I was showing you was here, and then now I moved the levels more as a downtrend channel now. Before, remember, it was a little bit different way. I think it was a little bit something like this, and looking more like a bullish flag, and now it's more looking like a downtrend. Well, I mean, it still might be as a bullish flag. It might, you know, finish this movement down, turn around, and obviously continue the way up. So anyway, but the good entry points we had, first breakout and that important level, and I actually was posting some screenshots, especially for gold. I was posting where I had next level, sell level, and it's through my groups. You can join. Obviously, I have a group on Telegram, John FX, and I have a group in Facebook. So you can join their free groups where I'm sending you my updates and different ideas from time to time. And so yeah, that's where we had a good move. And obviously gold is also reacting a lot on the news for trade deal between US and China, and so you need to be really careful. You see, it was very messy for a long time, and finally it's broke out. So what to expect now, and where to look for the entry points now? Well, it had a really good move, and obviously now have a little bit new level using the previous bottom. So it's around here where I would be looking for next consolidation. So of course, obviously after such a big move down, I would expect what correction? Yes, exactly. I would expect a correction. So that's why here I will see if it will have a consolidation, and we'll see. Possibly the only what could be on Monday, gold is often makes good moves, and it might not consolidate in here, it might just continue the way down, right? Or can't just turn around without consolidation. But if we had previously, it started to consolidate here, so that was a good area. So right now I wouldn't say it is a good area because it haven't started to consolidate. I need some consolidation, something like this. That's what I look at gold consolidations for a while. See that these types of consolidation, but you see how many false breakouts we had. So that's why I'm saying with gold you need to be quite careful. And that's why here we'll just wait a little bit longer. We'll see if it will consolidate on Monday, maybe, still hopefully, and then looking for placing orders. If not, so then I would see next go and just stop at next level, which is that it's plus minus. Obviously, I'm using the previous tops. You can see here. So if it will go down, possibly this is a little bit of using the bottoms of the previous also moves here. So around this area, I would say roughly if it will start to consolidate here and to a narrow part, and then we will see, right? So you see that the point is what it could be the levels, they all could be moved, right? So that's why it's not again as clear, but I'm going to leave it as it is. That's why I have here level, which is picking up the pretty much the bodies of the candles of that, you can see, of that downtrend. So that's why here it might just move a little bit down here, right, touch it and then turn around and start to consolidate a little bit above or underneath that level, right? So or it might go in a correction. So that's all the possibilities and movements of gold. So first I would just wait. Right now there is no good area, just a waiting time. So if it will obviously continue, would turn around for correction, then we will see. Maybe it will give us, who knows, it could give the bearish flag, or it might give a bit of the pattern or something, or go back to that level and consolidate underneath it, or maybe even break in and continue once again in this area. Okay, so right now, yes, we broke this level, important level, so it could be a pullback, right? A pullback. And if it will not break that level, then I would be more towards that it will continue the way down. Okay, so at this moment it just broke it, and that's it. I mean, the gold is a quite a hard one. It can make big and huge moves without corrections and without pullbacks, confirmations. If it broke the level, it's not, it didn't broke the level, break the level. So what's, well, bigger picture, well, you can say it's looking like, no, I was going to say maybe it looks like head and shoulders, but I wouldn't say so. I would just look at this right now. You see this kind of looking like a shoulder, but I mean, yeah, of course it can continue the way down and then turn around as a possible shoulder, who knows. But this moment we'll just see what's going to happen in this area, and obviously, like I'm saying, it reacts a lot on news, a lot, and because there is still uncertainty, if you see, it was also reacting, not making moves on positive news for American and China deal, but also had negative deal for Brexit. That's why I didn't make big jumps one or another area. Now it's a little bit come down. That's why I see gold is dropped a bit. But wherever again something political news, it might turn around easily without any warnings, without any creations of entry points of the consolidations or anything else. So that's my view on main pairs for this coming week. If you would like to see a little bit more of the other cross pairs and also for crude oil and Bitcoin, you can go to my blog, janafx.com, and where I post my screenshots of those other pairs. Okay, so where I would think it might go, the again scenarios, right, where look for the important areas and consolidations and possible entry points. And also you can have a look at my other previous article where I posted the screenshots, how my technical analysis work, how you can see I was predicting, right? I was showing the screenshots like with my areas, and you obviously can see the results, what happened, and how they worked out. So that's it. It's all on my blog, janafx.com. So that's it, guys, for now. If you like video, of course, don't forget to subscribe, like, happy trading, and I see you next week. Bye, everyone.